Hey everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene and I am with A Room to Bloom. Today happens to be Wednesday, October 29th, and yesterday there was a Category 5 hurricane named Melissa that went through Jamaica and also Category 3 in Cuba. And Jamaica uh, is someplace that I've been a number of times in my life, and I have a fondness for it. I have not, I say for it, for uh, Jamaica, for the people, for the beauty, for the landscape, for the water, right? For the gift that is given in so many ways when you have an opportunity to experience Jamaica and the way of um, grace and humility that embodies, is embodied in so many ways there. Um, and so this morning I happened to open up a book, and the book is called Healing Earth. It's a tarot book. I just asked for a message. I was thinking about this because it does speak about Earth. And also, I was reading um, The Greatest Man Who Ever Lived, which is speaking about Jesus. And, the combination, like when we talk about God and the power of God and working with Mother Earth and Gaia, another name for Earth, and what is happening, um, and why does all of this stuff happen? There is a great thing that is going on, a powerful thing that is going on, and that is a shakening of our world for a great shifting that is taking place, right? And it it can be overwhelming to be involved in something like that. It can be overwhelming if you know someone who is there, if you're a person or family living there, your homes, your businesses, your way of life, everything that you knew being shifted greatly. And so, if this message does get out to anyone in Jamaica who has family in Jamaica, I want you to know that you are cared for, you are greatly loved. And, if you hold that heartbeat of Jamaica, that heart, right? That essence. This happened for a reason. Sometimes the old has to fall away in order to make way for the new. And this doesn't mean everything in the material world, but a new way of being. Sometimes it takes like a storm or something like that for people to come together to settle differences, right? Could just been little things, right? That, or between families or neighborhoods or whatever that was, areas. And then all of a sudden, at the core of all of that is humanity, right? Um, it's like love is a language that we all speak. It's like music is a language. We don't have to know what the lyrics are to feel a song, right? It's like math is used universally. So there are universal languages. Pain is a universal language, right? Heartbreak, these types of things. But You know, the one thing that I really always appreciated about Jamaica and the people of Jamaica was the um, the ability to stay in the present moment and to not really get lost and dwell on what's out there, the what ifs. It's like we're here right now, let's work with what we have. And having a faith that there is a greater force um, that is helping you through this, okay? And helping all of those through this. So I'm going to open this up to the page that I had asked a message for. Again, this is a book by Jody and David Mackay, and I had opened it up to what is called the Six of Feathers. And just very quickly, I'll show you the image. It's an older book. I do not have the cards. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Six of Feathers. So in the normal tarot book, this is the Six of Swords, which it is often represented by two people in a boat, and somebody is paddling them away from a tough situation. So I kind of found that interesting because it is a boat that is on water, right? The Six of Swords generally says, I'm moving away from uh, rough waters to calm waters. So how interesting that that came up today. But I want to read this from the context of this book, and it's really beautiful. It says the Six of Feathers signifies achievement. Something has been accomplished, and there is a great sense of fulfillment. In the image, the warrior's six feathers indicate his success. To the Native Americans, feathers around the head relate to the crown chakra and symbolize the highest level of spirit. At the top of the head, there is a fontanel, or as they would call it, the doorway to the divine. Many Native Americans knew that as long as this doorway was kept open, they would walk with the truth of the Great Spirit. The warrior in this picture has achieved perhaps a course of action or a vision quest in a real sense of his own connection with Great Spirit. He now walks the good red road and is balanced in his actions. In a reading, the Six of Feathers confers a sense of satisfaction that you have walked the good red road of the Spirit as you gain this achievement. You can rest assured that your actions are in accordance with the realm of higher being and that you justly deserve the feathers in your cap. So it reminds us yet again to, you know, if you can imagine what all of these people are going through, or for anyone who's ever been through situations like this, right? Where, you know, people's, you know, let alone belongings, their rooftops are over there and they're just anything on the outside is all over, right? And so a regathering not only of stuff, but it is as each piece is regathered, it's like a fragmented self, right? And as each piece is gathered on the outside, maybe it's a piece of a roof pulled over, it feels like a building back into wholeness, right? And so it is saying, remember to walk, right? The good red road. Getting the, you know, the feathers in your cap, if you will, moving from the higher realm, the realm of spirit, if you will, right? Being connected with the divine on this journey, and you know, you cannot help but it's almost like being in awe, of course, right? In awe as a storm is happening, seeing the power of the divine, right? And then in awe when people can see clearly what they maybe made it through. Um, and then being in awe when they can actually see with their physical eyes what happened potentially in the dark of night. And being grateful, right, for their lives, being grateful for the breaths that they are able to take, being grateful for a new day, being grateful that their families are together, that people are safe, right? So, with this being said, yeah, this is actually really interesting. I had an appointment today. I have this deck out called Ancestor Oracle. I was at an appointment today and I had this name coming up, Eloise. And so finally I asked the person who was working with me, and I just kind of, there was one that was kind of coming up close to it, and then I finally just said Eloise, and she said, well, yes, that's my great grandmother, Eloise. And I she said, well, I'm at work. She didn't want to talk about it, and so I just let it be. But she was getting a message from the ancestors. But I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit more about what I got, because Eloise could be coming through for someone else also. But the vision that I was also given is like popcorn popping in an esophagus, okay? Or I'm saying esophagus, but like, however you want to say it, like say the stomach area. This would be the stomach area. Because what I was getting is that this ancestor wanted to speak through her. And it's as if this information that had been sitting there was uh, warming up, if you will. And so it was popping, it was expanding, it was ready to be expressed, if you will. She never let me give her that message. And I had to sit with it, and that's okay. But I am going to share it because that is what it can feel like when our ancestors have messages for us. There are things that might come up or come through where it's like, think about the original hot air poppers. They were kind of these tall machines that had like a little bend on them. And it's kind of like that. I mean, if you imagined us, it's like, okay, so here's this information, and it's wanting to expand, right? The seed, it's like the seeds were planted, and it's like they were germinating there, and now they're expanding. So let's just go ahead and see what messages want to come through, just with this idea of, Jamaica, really, really getting quiet when you can, make space to connect and get the messages. Okay. So remember that we carry in our cellular DNA, I'm going to turn the volume down a little. In our cellular DNA, we have cellular memory going back at least 7 generations. So the idea that an ancestor would want is still kind of coming up, right? Makes sense. And so there may be wisdom that comes through from these ancestors to help get through something like this. Okay, so let's see what the first message is. Okay, we have take time out. Siesta, recharge, and rest. And that can seem like, what? There's so much stuff to do, right? But that, looking at the stuff to do, the things to get done, the overwhelming experience of it, can wear you out. So the importance of taking time, taking shifts, making sure everyone is taking time to rest and recharge as they can, because it will get done. It will get done. And you cannot fill another's cup if the cup is empty, right? If your cup is empty. So continue to rest and recharge. The next message we have is teach and share. Instill, instruct, and educate. Okay? So there will be people who will have learned from these types of situations who can help others who are there going through it. They can teach and share their wisdom. And these who have gone or are going through this will also be able to teach and share their wisdom with what did they learn through this experience, right? Okay, yeah, spirit guides, exactly. Insight, guidance, and purpose. And so, with that one coming through for me today, I don't know anyone with that name, right? And it just kept coming to me, and I just felt like I was supposed to say something, so I did. Um, sorry. So I did. And interestingly, on the way back, I don't know what's going on here. I drove behind a truck. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was on the way there with a big eagle on it. But this speaks of spirit guides and receiving insight, guidance, and purpose. So here's a question for you. If someone came up to you, I didn't go up to this woman, she was helping me, right? And so I had to spend time with her. And it isn't something that I always do, share messages, right? But it just kept coming through, and it just kept coming through, and it just kept coming through. And it's like, okay, I'm supposed to share this with her. And so, but she did not want the guidance. And hopefully, if it isn't me who delivers the message, because like being a medium, that there will be another medium that gets the message, that gets it through to her, right? That she needs. Okay, the next one we have is connect with water, okay? Ocean, water spirits, and hydrate, right? And this is what's going on there. They are immersed. There's water all over. I mean, there's lots of water, but a lot of it has receded in Jamaica because the island is, I believe it's 50 or 60 miles wide, not long, and the winds were almost like 175 miles per hour. So it was kind of a fast and furious situation, right? But the water, is related to our emotions. So it's as if it's as if Gaia was saying there's something that needs to be purged here, right? Like a great cry, if you will. A great cry and then a great cleanup. Think about after you have a good cry, how you feel, and then you wipe up your tears, you clean up your face, and there is something that does end up making you feel lighter, like a renewed hope. Connect with water. Water spirits may be trying to connect, now with the people there, right? Okay, the next one, and then we have hydrate, which could also be, I'm not sure what the situation is with the water there, but we will, I'm sure, find that out in coming days, but they may need some help with that as well. The next one is reconnect with Mother Earth. The plant, garden, and harvest, right? And so here again is this spirit. Yes, I have goosebumps. Think about the coffee beans that come from Jamaica, Blue Mountain coffee, right? Jamaican coffee beans. reconnect with Mother Earth. There are mountains in the background. So, you know, what might we be able to do to help encourage planting, gardening, so that, they can bring forth more food? Fortunately, they have beautiful weather for growing, right? Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have be thankful, right? And so it speaks about gratitude, appreciation, and harmony. Here, this person prays over what would be, it looks like kind of an altar. Um, like there's food on there, and there is like maybe incense or something. But again, being grateful for all that one does have in their life, including uh, family, friends, what they do have, just for safety, for health, these types of things, right? Okay, the next message that I would like to bring forth, I think I'm going to go to the angels. Yeah, the angel tarot. I think I'm going to use that one. And this morning I also drew a prayer card, and it says, always pray, never lose hope. That's Luke 18:10. And our prayers really are heard. They are really heard. And not only are they heard, it's a vibration that we send out into the universe. So sending prayers of healing that area, right? Okay. Excuse me. So let's see what messages would you like to bring forth? We're going to see what comes up under take time out, the siesta, the recharge, and the rest. Oh, interesting. The angel of freedom, it is releasing the chains, and this is the transformation card. It says the devil, but what it speaks of is it's the devil card, I'm sorry. So anything with obsessions, addictions, this type of thing, right? Freeing one's self from something. Take the time out, recharge and rest. Break the chains that bind you, right? And so for anyone who is in Jamaica, what chains have you felt that have kind of bound you to something in a situation? This could be that reset, right? That reset. Okay, what else do we have? I have goosebumps. What I was thinking about in that moment is, think about how many times, and this is very well known, when there are challenging situations in the world, uh, that people come together um, after experiences of whatever grief or sorrow. It's not very long after, 9+ months later, that babies are starting to be born, because there's like this healing that is taking place. Okay, the next one under the teach and share, and I find this so interesting, is we have dolphins coming in here. And you know how sensitive, right, sea life is. And so, they were feeling it too, but they're going to be noticing different things as well, right? So the Page of Cups is a younger energy that comes forth with some type of apology or a message offering friendship. This is a message under teach and share. Okay, under spirit guides, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is about working together, or collaboration of some sort, right? I really love that there are angel wings on here. We've had angel wings on all of them, but the green represents Archangel, Raphael, the angel of healing, right? So taking action, working together, which would be exactly what people will be doing, right, in order to um, bring healing and cleanup, and starting with cleanup, supplies, all of these things, right? Taking action and working together, but still lean into the spirit guides, ask for guidance, but then listen for the answers, right? Okay, under this connect with water, we have the Four of Cups, no surprise. Now, this is what's interesting. This speaks about indifference, but in the regular tarot, this is often shown as someone is being offered a cup, but they're really busy looking at these three other cups. And so they're kind of distracted, right? And it's interesting how it says connect with water, which would be connect with your emotions. Indifference might be one, whatever, one way or the other, kind of it is what it is. But it's like being offered something somewhere along the line. Okay, what else do we have under the reconnect with Mother Earth? Okay, we have the Four of Swords card, which says resting in peace, but this, and it says healing. But what happened is this card came out in reverse, okay? So there's a situation where, they don't feel like at rest right now, of course, after that's, the situation, because it's almost like people are just in shock at first, right? And so it is going to take time for that healing, right, to take place, and connecting with Mother Earth will help, right? Help correct that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slower moving energy. And what this is, the Knight is bringing something in, some type of an offer of the earthly realm. The Pentacles represent something in our earthly experience, and this is to say trust that something is coming in, right? And so it's like, just keep holding the faith, right? Yeah, the next card is celebration. That can often be like a wedding, an announcement of a child, right? Like I was saying, a birth, or a birth of a child, an anniversary, some type of a celebration. And then the next one is the Queen of Cups, someone who is very sensitive, right, in their emotions, very caring and nurturing over others, okay? All right, I am being guided to split this deck, and so what I have is strength, right? That makes perfect sense, right? Angel of courage, right? Call on the angel of courage to be with you when or if you are feeling like you do not have the strength, and leaning into that sunshine, right? Sunshine is, the sun is Leo energy, and it is always represented by the lion. Okay, and then, okay, I am also, let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to keep this particular reading a little shorter today. But again, healing prayers out to all those who have gone through this storm. And, keep the faith, stay positive, connect with the water. You might feel like, there's a lot going on here, but it's okay to feel your feelings, right? Instead of being indifferent about them, let the feelings move through you, right? Continue to teach and share what your knowledge, right, with friends, and also continue to take time out, and take time out, break the chains that bind you, take care of yourself as you move through this journey. I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope that you Have a good day. Take care.